is the expected outcome of this coronavirus situation? What is coming after the coronavirus ends? What do I need to know now? What does everyone need to know now about what's coming after the coronavirus ends? A lesson that we were meant to learn will be complete. What else, please? What do we need to know now about the expected outcome of the coronavirus and the pandemic in the world at this time? What do we need to know now? Wow, okay. So we have two, it's amazing here because we have a 21, which in numerology breaks down to a 3. We have a 3 of swords and a 3 of chalices, both coming with the color side up. And you can see that there's kind of butterfly wings here. The consciousness of the figures in the picture are reaching up to the sky. We have 3, 3, 3. Master numbers. Okay, let's see here. So we have 3 of chalices. Positivity. Emotional sharing. Serene thoughts. I'm going to take some notes here. So the world, which is a message of completion, something coming to a final resolution, is crowning the reading. And then we have 3 of chalices. Positivity. Emotional sharing. Serene thoughts. 3 of swords. Wow, okay. Wonder. Surprising emotions. Over thoughts. When faced with infinity. Coming to a time of completion, of negativity, of harm, of low vibrational energies. Coming to completion of not knowing the truth about our existence here. People are going to be very surprised because they're going to be faced with the fact that we are a never-ending energy. They're going to be shown infinity. It's going to be very surprising to many people who have been non-believers, who have not waken up. They're going to, and we're going to extend our consciousness up. and thoughts are going to become very serene and positive, and it's going to be very shocking to people, because they're going to kind of understand why all of this happened in the first place, and that divine energies are trying to pull our consciousness upwards in a more positive place, letting go of this earthly feeling that the humans have become accustomed to, of negativity and pain and suffering and loss and grief. And it's going to be very surprising for some people to understand and see finally that they've been living in the dark. 333. Wow. What else, please? Okay, 6 of Wands. Let's take a look here. Okay. Let me just... Swords. Okay. 6 Wands. Communication, communicating emotions, opinions. So I think that a lot of us are going to be receiving a lot of information coming to us. It's going to be a little bit confusing. But in the end, we're all going to kind of have the same understanding. And people will be able to freely share without fear anymore. And everyone listening will have an open-mindedness, loving compassion, and a receptiveness that wasn't there before. Okay. All right, so we have... Wow. Okay. So we're asking, remember, what's coming after this virus, after this pandemic? What is coming? What is to be expected? And we have temperance coming out, healing, serenity, understanding. It doesn't get much more clear than this. We've had several cards about understanding, serenity, calm, tranquility. Amazing. Okay. We have temperance. Serenity. Izzy, it's okay, girl. That was upstairs. No. Healing and understanding. Okay. Amazing. Now we have here justice. Wow. There's a gnat. It's just like terrible. Okay. Justice. Balance. More understanding coming in. Understanding one's own emotions. Oh. And then we have the Four of Chalice showing up here. Silence. poetry, writing. I think a lot of people are going to be kind of in shock and awe in a good way at the serenity and understanding and peacefulness and balance of nature and human life, animals and everything. I think a lot of people are going to be in silent prayer of gratitude. There's going to be a lot of writing. Poetry. That kind of, when I think poetry, I think harmonious balance in between nature and people. And I think that there's going to be, for those of you who believe in the Bible, is going to be a new version of the Bible that is more true to what it was meant to be in the first place than before man related and altered it over the years to add into this form of control. Interesting. Okay. And a lot of people are going to be writing about, it's going to be new history written. It's going to be a new turning point in what used to be history books. It's kind of going to be downloaded to everyone. It's going to be marked in history forever for a hugely positive turning point. People are going to be faced with the fact that there is more to this existence than meets the eye. And some things have to go for things to change for the better. There will be peace in the loss when it all comes to light. These cards have two sides. So notice that the same picture on the cards in color and black and white. And so far, everything has landed color side up, as far as I can remember. I don't think I flipped anything over, which kind of tells me that, like, the dark times, I think that these are really going to be, what we knew as dark ages before had not really ended. The dark age, the period of sleep, period of not knowing, coming to an end with the world crowning the reading. What else, please? What does everyone need to know now about what's coming after this pandemic stops? Okay, let's put these back. What's coming, please? What does everyone need to know now about what's coming? Okay, so we have a one. I think this one did land color, black and white after I say that. So one of coins, one of pentacles. Ones are typically new beginnings. And I was talking about the end of the dark times, and the one comes out, and I believe it's showing that, we are going into a new energy. We are going into new history. And this card in this deck, let's see, I'm so sorry, one moment. And at this point, I'm kind of just talking to myself because I don't know if I'm going to show anyone this or if this is just for me as of yet. Which is why I'm stopping to take notes. But just in case I end up sharing it, I'm going to talk a little bit so people understand. Okay, so one of pentacles. This deck is matter, drive, material thoughts. Material things are going to become We're going to be looked at differently after all of this is over. And I believe with this black and white side coming up, it's showing like the shadow work that's being done on a lot of people right now to end materialistic thoughts of greed, desire for more than what we really need in this life, which is really just a loving energy surrounding us. What else, please, does the world need to know? Put these back because it feels like they just fell. All right, that one I'm going to keep. 2 in black and white as well. 2 of chalice. Nourishment, nourishing an emotion, agreement between emotion and thought. So I think a lot of times we feel things that we know are wrong, and we kind of go against our emotions, signaling us that, you know, this isn't really what is meant for us. And, you know, a period of, how do I put this? There's going to be a balance between emotion and thought. And there's so much coming up about emotion and thought in this reading. Nourishment. 2 of cups. Chalices. Okay. We're going to be nourishing our emotions. With powers of infinite light. And I don't really know what that is. It just came to me. The infinity of our light that is inside of us is going to be seen by those who are still in the dark. Their own light will rise up. So after this, so far, we have completion of difficult times. We have serenity, thoughtful communication, ending of darkness, balance and equilibrium with justice coming in. What else, please? What else does everyone need to know about what's coming after this pandemic? Izzy, it's okay, girl. All right, 8 of coins, 8 of pentacles. Okay. Work, emotions sorted out, thoughts sorted out. There is going to be a period of working to kind of put our physical lives back together again after this ends. But a lot of the feelings of confusion and uncertainty and negativity are all going to be sorted out within this situation that we have gone through. We will have work to do to put lives back together, but lives are going to be different. See. Emotions sorted out. Okay. Thoughts sorted out. I really believe that we're really releasing a lot of thoughts that no longer served us and those around us for the highest good of us and all. So a lot of that is going to be transmuted upwards sorting out what remains, and then some work to do to put life back together in a way that balances, is fair, loving, and works for all inhabitants here on Earth. Let's get one more of these. What else, please? What else, please? What does everyone need to know? What does everyone need to know about what it will be like when the pandemic ends? So we have another 8. So 8 of Cups is coming out now. We have a lot of cups, a lot of emotional energy coming out here. Like I said, it's been almost every card has mentioned emotion in some way. 8 of Chalices, melancholy, sad emotions, sad thoughts. So while we're coming to the tail end of this, there's going to be, of course, some sadness for those of us who feel we have lost the physical form of certain loved ones, of our former way of life. But then when everything finishes completely, and I really feel like these kind of are the ones that are coming to an end. Remember, we have the world here, so I'm kind of like backtracking a bit, because I feel like it's telling me now that these cards that have come up in black and white are what this cycle of completion are putting to an end. And I'm just kind of getting that coming to me now. One moment, I'm going to just write this down. Okay. Let's see, 8 Cups, melancholy, sad emotions, sad thoughts. Oh my gosh. It's like the millionth time they've dropped something like a bowling ball upstairs today. I don't know what they're doing. Okay, let's see. Coming to an end. I really do feel that that's what these black and white cards are saying. Material thoughts coming to an end. Highly charged, emotional, angry thoughts coming to an end. Sadness, sad emotions coming to an end. The need to try to figure things out and work toward this human way of seeing things coming to an end. We're going to be seeing things on an infinite level after this ends. And a lot of the bad stuff that has been underlying everything is just coming to an end. And the card that's facing up right now is a 7, and that's a number of not giving up. Wonder. This would represent wonder. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's a cup. That's a cup energy. I was reading the cup energy version. The pentacle. Home. We're all at home right now. Personal emotions, intimate thoughts. Yeah, we're really reconnecting with intimacy, and, relationships between people that have been turbulent are gonna, that's coming to an end. And after this, it's just going to be a period of rebuilding in the form of the light world that we're meant to be, instead of this dark world that a lot of people who, are here made it out to be. Let's see. I'm going to try just one more of the regular tarot here, Rider Waite. See if we can get... What else, please, is everyone needing to know now about what it will be like when this pandemic ends? What does everyone need to know now, please, about what it will be like when this pandemic ends? Can we get some clarification, please, on the cards that are on the table? What will it be like, please? What does the world need to know now? At the bottom of the deck, self-imposed imprisonment, devil energy, and having a lot of choices. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'm thinking, I just am looking at that 7. I glanced away. This is 4 of Cups, which is not really seeing the amazing bounty that's being presented, because we're staring at all these empty cups, this pain and suffering that goes along with this toxic devil energy. And I believe that this energy has been underlying a lot of the actions in the world, and a lot of the people in the world have been stuck in this devil energy. And they're not seeing something that really would serve them and everyone else better, because they're just focused on wanting and materialism and just all kinds of things that were really not meant to. Our souls didn't incarnate here to say, let's go get the biggest, nicest house or the most cars or the most jewelry. We didn't come here for that. And we're not really seeing right now the reason we really are here and what we are here to master and learn. And finally, after a lot of years of a lot of people and a lot of things being in this devil energy, we're completing that now. And we're going to start turning our focus to what's better for us and everyone here with us once all this ends. A lot of coming together and people learning to help one another and share and be fair and justice and just a lot of stuff really balancing out. A lot of karma balancing out and leaving our existence. 333 is, like a number of guidance, of being on the right track, of being surrounded by divine energies. And as I'm talking about the number 3, and look what we have here, 21 coming out. Strategy, another 3, another 21. I was just talking about 333 with that 21 being a 3, and another 21 comes out. Strategizing how to move forward with this new existence that we're going to be presented with. A new plan, a new game plan for the way we're going to be living here, which is going to be much more emotionally balanced, much more fair, much more light, way less deceit. It's just really eerie with the way that the picture on the card and the person is looking. There is a battle between dark and light going on right now. 100%. But the universe it wants everyone to know that as long as everyone focuses on love and compassion and trying to share, every little tiny act helps. The deceit is coming to an end. We've all been fooled by a lot of things, and that is all coming to an end. For a period of higher consciousness, period of being faced with the fact that we don't really die, and sometimes things we've engaged in here in this human existence weren't necessarily the best thing for us and everyone around us. And universal energies are working to flip the switch in a lot of people, so they'll be awake when all of this ends. And we have the Angel of Love, 49, and Woman Holding a Coin. And I feel like these have been, this has been our focus, holding on to our things, not being fair so everyone can get things at stores and things like that, and all of our existence. This greed of holding on, and this loving angelic energy is like coming in and like, okay, you're done. You're not going to, okay, we have a third card here. Hostilities too. That was so weird. It was like stuck. Yeah. Hostilities and materialism. Once all this ends, boom, being covered up by what we're really here for, to be loving beings, kind to each other, kind to animals, kind to everything, kind to ourselves. That's what we're waiting. That's what we're heading to. We don't realize that there's a whole force of loving energies and beings surrounding us right now. And they are here to cover up all of this dark stuff, because this dark time will be over after this. Angels of love are moving in, and we're going to open ourselves up to these energies, and we're going to become one with them completely. No more confusion, no more unbalance, no more imbalance, just love. I feel like I'm being told to cover up these so that you know that it's all underneath now. It's just being buried so deep down, and love is coming in, and kindness is coming in, and the realization of what we really are and where we're supposed to be all along is coming in. Okay. I'm gonna do, I think, 2 more. I'm gonna get a fairy card and a moonology, and then we'll wrap up the reading. What's coming, please? Okay, so we have 19, the Sage coming out. Wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, patience. The Sage is constantly learning. While on one hand he values tradition and stability, he also understands and values the need for growth and change. Discovering new things, and letting us know that as we develop patience and passion intertwined, we begin to manifest the wisdom of the Sage. Wisdom and deep understanding, simplifying one's thoughts, because complexity leads to confusion. Simplicity will be valued after all this is over. learning to let go and move on from the history that we experienced and know, and rewriting a new form of history that just cracks all of that like an egg wide open so we can see what was really on the inside all along. The sage knows when to retreat and think things over. There's so many cards here about strategizing, thinking, serene thoughts, peacefulness. He's compassionately wise, and he shares this knowledge with others, teaching by example. And so they want you to know that that you making a small change, doing something nice for somebody, can trigger them to do something nice for somebody else. Then it's like a domino effect. But the wisdom that we've all needed is coming, and it's amazing because the sentence in the book that I'm looking at now for this card says the scales of justice are balanced in the sage's hands. We already had justice come out. We already had completion come out. The sage is telling us that we're going to have the wisdom we need now. Plain and simple. And we're going to have a different view on everything. There's going to be way more appreciative, way more peaceful, an understanding of what materialism has led others to do in this world, and why that is no longer something that serves us, and how we have to let it go, coming to an end. One more. One last card, please. What does the world need to know now about what's coming after this pandemic ends? What's coming for us after this pandemic ends? What does Earth and its inhabitants need to know now about what's coming next after this ends? Choices will be love-based after this. Choices will have a mindset of infinite possibility. What else, please? What's coming after the pandemic? What does everyone need to know now about what's coming? What are things going to be like after the pandemic ends? The world there, I just can't get over. We had 2 21s coming out, all of these 3s. Numbers of ascended masters, divine guidance. They're leading us back to the light, and most of us are following it without even knowing it, and if we're not, we're going to be. What's coming after this? Don't let your past hold you back. A release of the past, a release of negative energies, a release of all of the darkness. You can see it it's kind of dark at the top, but I see that as like the darkness rising up. It's going to dissipate and the sun will come out. And the past and all the mistakes of others and the fear of what can be will not hold us back anymore. There will be infinite possibilities of love, appreciation, kindness, generosity, patience, and just wisdom that we've all craved and have been searching for. The past belief systems that have pushed us to what we have chosen to do will no longer exist. They will be released like this dark cloud, just moving up into the sky and just dissipating, getting transmuted back to the energy of love. And all of the hate, all the pain, anything we've experienced, the suffering, the loss, it will not hold us back anymore. We will move into the light, and we will be okay, and we will be actually better than okay, because we will be pure, positive, loving energy once all of this ends. all the darkness in the world is getting revealed and released. And, you know, a lot of the people that have passed are going to incarnate into just, you know, with this pure loving energy that they've kind of graduated to. And, you know, the world is going to be filled with a boom of inhabitants that will really nourish existence and everything around them. The past will no longer be, we're going to see things completely differently. And everything that's been implanted into us and instilled into us is going to dissipate, and it will not hold us back from our full potential any longer. So I'm going to leave it there. It's amazing if you ask me. I mean, you know, we had completion of difficult times, temperance, healing, serenity, understanding, balance, and justice for one and all coming out. Period of silence, of rewriting history, to, you know, talk about this period of great awakening. And a lot of beautiful writing is going to come out of this for future generations to build upon in the name of love. Materialistic thoughts, gone. Anything that doesn't nourish the soul, gone. Anything that's confused you will be completely clear and sorted out. End of sad emotions and thoughts. Understanding that I keep getting understanding, and a complete and utter understanding that honestly, not myself or anyone really on this earth right now can really comprehend, because it's like nothing we've ever experienced before. And like the sage, we're all going to have infinite wisdom after this, and it really will be love-based, and we won't be confused about anything anymore, because if it doesn't resonate with kindness, it just won't exist in us anymore. Since I do feel like I am going to share this online, thank you for listening. I hope that this helped you. I'm sending love and healing energy to you and your family to get through this until we can get to this, you know, ending that's going to be so beautiful for all of us after all this ends. We'll be putting our lives back together in a whole different way, and everyone is going to be living in love. That's what's coming. It might not be immediately after, but it is what we're on our way to. And this is an important step to that. It had to happen. So I hope this helped you and gave you some peace and understanding how everything is really going to work out just fine. And your suffering is coming to an end, as is everyone's, including all of the earthly inhabitants, like animals that we've needlessly abused and disrespected. So take care until the time comes.